So this is recorded for PokerTube, and I'm sitting here on Skype in the middle of the night talking to Barry Greenstein. How are you, Barry?
Well, it's only in the middle of the night where you are.
Yeah, right here. It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the night here. It's 8 o'clock.
All right. We talked in Monte Carlo just a few days ago about maybe discussing a little bit around Scoop, as there are some odd events. And tonight we both played the Badugi. What do you
Right.
think of Badugi?
Well, I thought it was pretty good till I went out before you. Now I'm thinking there's a lot of luck involved. But actually, to be honest, I think Badugi is one of the best low ball games there are. There are many different forms of low ball: ace to five, deuce to seven. Um, there's triple, different triple draw games. Um, you know, uh, Badugi being one of them. But Badugi's got the most plays you can make. There are all sorts of neat plays. It's actually a game can be played at many levels. Obviously, the first level you try to get four low cards of different suits, but there are a lot of interesting snows in Badugi. One of them I don't even know if you've employed it. Sometimes when you know you have the worst draw, you just play it pat. You check raise or you raise, act like you're pat instead of drawing one because you have the worst draw. And then there are different plays around there. Sometimes even against a bad hand, you'll see people make tricky plays like, especially in three-handed pots, raising the pad hand where they figure he probably raised to be rough,
Mm.
making him fold and then playing head up against the other guy.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of different little tricky plays that almost nobody in this tournament knows because when you get a tournament like this, even though this game's played a lot in California, it's not played that much around the world. There are little pockets where it's played. Um, just playing fundamental drawing to the best hand instead of drawing to garbage
Hmm.
gives you a shot in this tournament. So a lot of those esoteric plays aren't until you play at higher, against higher caliber players.
No, it's like the royal flush of Badugi is ace, deuce, three, four in different suits, um, and I mean in Europe I don't ever think I've seen it being played anywhere, but in the States it's sort of popular here and there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, it's played. They played at the Aviation Club in the mixed games in Paris. Because Bruno brought it back there from Las Vegas,
Okay. Okay. I see.
Badusi. So it is played there, and I would assume there are places where for instance, they play. Not only do they play Badugi in some places in England, they also play uh, Badusi, which is a five-card game where
Okay.
the best Badugi hand splits with the best deuce to seven hand.
Wow.
And eventually we'll probably have that on Poker Stars. We've been waiting to where we get a lot of play in the Badugi games before we make other forms of it. Badusi's particular two ways to play Badusi, where the ace is high or the ace is low in the Badugi part of the hand.
All
But
right.
anyway, so yeah, it is played in different places. They just haven't invited you because you're too good. As we see, you're what place are you in right now? You're in the top 10.
I think I went, but I'm gonna pull up the tournament lobby. Here is this is the Scoop, the fourth event of Scoop, 162 fixed limit. There's 363 plays from the start, 79 left, and 56 places paid. I'm ninth.
Nine, very good. See, and how much have you played this?
How much did I play this
How many
before?
times have you played this in your life? How many?
I don't know, maybe 5 times or something. I just sort
I've
of,
heard you talk about it before, so it seems that you like the game.
yeah. This is, I mean, the Scoop is the only opportunities we have to play it more or less. I don't. I mean, there are some small tournaments on Poker Stars, but nah. I was looking forward to it because I really like it.
Believe it or not, if you come to LA, it's in any of the bigger mixed games.
It is, huh?
If Badugi, you'll see on the board where they have the letters from mixed games. B is always in there.
Okay.
B for Badugi, T for triple draw. Those are BOT is a standard combination.
So
BO
so
being one
so,
wide or better.
so they are always in your big high stakes games that you play as well. Is that one of your favorite games? You would say? And I mean, depending
Not
on
really in that a lot of games. You want to play with people who are worse than you. In LA, everyone plays Badugi,
mm,
so it's like a standard game. It's kind of like Limit Hold'em somewhere else, where everyone plays it, so there's much of an edge. So I don't like it that much unless I go to Las Vegas or somewhere like that where they don't play it as much. I'm sure, or I assume you saw, and I certainly saw, the fields are real weak online in Badugi because, as you were saying, there aren't that many places where it's played. You saw a lot of goofy stuff going on.
Yeah, of course. So for someone who sort of see the game and would like to learn more about it, where should they go?
LA is the main place in the
But I mean,
States.
if they want to read
And
a book or
well, I
read
don't
about
think
it.
there's any books to read in Badugi. I once thought of writing something, and then I said, why? You know, why let people know, especially a game that isn't played that much?
Yeah.
Uh, you know, no reason to give everyone some of the basic strategies.
No, do you think it's important for the development of poker to introduce more odd games to, for example, Europe and so on, to make people like to play more poker? You know what I mean?
I just like as many different games as possible. Like we used to play 10 games in the big game, in the mix. Um, and even when I introduced Badugi there from LA, I told they didn't want to play with me because I had played it a lot. So I would sit out the Badugi and let them play.
I
That was
see.
kind of the deal I had.
All right.
And I hoped that would eventually catch on. Now we do have some people like who've come to LA from Vegas during the conference tournament, Elliot Les or a few others who are pretty comfortable playing Badugi, but some of the other people aren't. I remember any time, for instance, Badugi's mentioned as a possible game at the World Series of Poker, we have I don't want to name names, but a few people start screaming, "No, you can't put that in," because where they come from, meaning Vegas, they don't play it. In LA, everyone plays it. It is a pretty popular game here.
Mm, I see. Anyway, the scoop has just started yesterday. I heard something about you were busy for a few days for some stuff. Or was that right? Or are you
Oh,
going to
I
play a
will
lot?
be. Yeah, well, I was flying the. I didn't play the first scoop because I was on an airplane,
Hmm.
and tomorrow I've got to do some shooting for that big game thing for Poker Stars. I
Yeah.
guess some commercial shoots. So I won't be able to play stuff tomorrow.
Okay.
I won't be able to play the 6th and the 7th. I'll be playing poker, live poker, and I got another commercial shoot later in the week after that. So I'll miss several days of the scoop, which is too bad. It's a lot of fun. Although I noticed we had some rebuy tournaments today. When I looked at my account later, those rebuys eat up your balance.
Yeah, for sure. The tournament's actually started now, Barry. I raced with my first hand, and now I had Pocket Kings Queen Eight.
Are you playing Follow Noir or something?
No, no, I'm playing the Badugi. It started again.
Oh, I thought you raised with Pocket Kings
No,
Queen
no,
8.
I raced with the last hand and pulled down a pot, so I'm up to seventh now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, we'll see. People are being knocked out pretty quickly now, so hopefully I'm gonna make it to the money to begin with, and then we'll see.
I wish we could have talked about this ahead of time so I could have taken some credit for your success. Unfortunately, looks like you're going to get it all on your own.
I was thinking for a while that we could talk, during play and so on, but I think they would call it collusion or something, right?
Well, even if they didn't call it collusion, it's actually a bad idea strategically.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that the hard way, and I've told people this before, like with Joey and with Mimi. You don't teach people during the battle.
No.
You talk about things afterwards. You think about them a while, but it's almost always a mistake to coach someone about play in the middle of the hand. It's okay to tell them about how someone else is playing. That guy's tied or that guy's loose, but it would hurt you if I started trying to get you to play like I play.
Mm.
It would make you a worse player, and I've done that on several occasions to Joey and Mimi, and I've just learned. And the best analogy is in golf. In
Yeah.
golf, you just go with how you're going during on the course. But having someone change your swing while you're playing in the middle of the round, even if he's a good player, it's just going to mess you up.
Mm.
And I don't know if that's an appropriate analogy, but I've found the same thing in poker.
All right. I have a hand here now, so you can't. I'm just gonna say what I'm playing. I
Okay.
I have Ace 6 8, Spade, Heart, and Club, and I have a 5 spades as well. So I raced with a 3 card 8 low. Is that what you call it?
An incomplete 8 is one way they call
Okay, so
it. A three card 8.
I got one caller. Actually, it's Jason Gray. It's a pretty. I know that guy. So I'm looking for a diamond, and I didn't get it. Jason is standing pat. Now this is a problem. I'm just gonna play this hand out, Barry. I'm gonna make one call and see if I can catch the diamond. I didn't. So here is something where my lack of, experience is easily to see. But I mean, there's 6,000 in the pot, and if I catch a diamond, I'm not guaranteed to be able to pick it up. But I have a big stack.
Eight's a pretty rough draw for sure.
Yeah. So with an 8 high, I just fold it.
You folded with one draw to go?
Yeah.
And again, I'll go against now that you're out of the hand. Normally, if you go that far, it's still worth it to take another card, but normally you don't start with that rough a drawing hand.
No.
But once you got that much money in, then especially if the guy was pat early, there's a very high percentage chance that you catch a 10 or better, it's going to be good.
Do you think, Barry, let's say someone watches this and I get some information afterhand from you, would anyone think that was inappropriate in any way?
No. Talking during the hand, there could be, helping someone during a hand. Some people would say that's wrong. Actually, I don't know if that's even against the terms and conditions. The terms and conditions on PokerStars, unless they've changed recently, is one person to a keyboard.
Yeah.
You can't have someone else playing on your account. But they understand in online poker that there can be someone else in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And someone could say something and it could affect you. It's kind of hard to legislate against that, although obviously there'd be some people that say that's not fair either. If you're talking to someone who's a better player than you, and he's telling you what to do, most people in this day and age, a couple of years ago, nobody would have cared about that, but people are getting pickier these days.
Yeah.
About someone helping someone else. But no, when you're out of a hand, nobody would ever think that there was anything wrong with that.
No, you're right. I'm just going to play a hand, see what happens. Okay. I'll give it another go. I'll have it incomplete 9. I go for the... it's cold. And I have a free card on the river. Give me a diamond. Nope. So I have a 9, incomplete 9 actually. It's pretty weak, but okay. We'll see if it's good enough. It was good enough. So this player to my right, Kirkle, has been playing a lot of pots, been bluffing and standing pats a couple of times with incomplete hands and stuff. So I know I like to play against him.
Okay, well, I didn't win any pots with incomplete 9s. I'm sure of that. As the players get better, you're not going to win any with it either.
An incomplete 9, I win, and he draws 3 times. I wonder what he was saving. I mean, what is he playing there? I mean, if an incomplete 9 beats he draws 1 card twice. That's pretty odd, isn't it?
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often.
But that happens in these tournaments, maybe online, where you get some of those guys that played even less than me.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so your plans are, as we said, we had a really nice interview in Monte Carlo, a live one. Did you get any good feedback on it?
Yeah, I did. I got a lot, and I saw the thread. I guess it was on 2+2, and a lot of people liked it. One of the things that the only critical comment I remember someone saying is when I was talking about how PokerStars doesn't market to younger players. That they agreed with me that people, college kids shouldn't be playing too much online and that whole thing. Somebody said, well, then why do they have all these VIP programs to get to play more? And of course, they're trying to make money on their product. They want people to play a lot, but it's not specifically targeted at younger players. It's just reward. That whole program was that's their form of rake back.
Yeah.
Or people who use the site the most, get different benefits, and they have their whole frequent player point program on PokerStars. And it was interesting when I mention the criticism to one of the guys who's kind